I ain't gonna lie, for years I thought this was just an original beat. Whole time, one of the most iconic sounds in hip-hop history came from an R&B record. So this story starts back in 1986 with Why You Treat Me So Bad by Club Nouveau. Produced by J. King, Denzel Foster, and Thomas McElroy. And what's funny is the original record doesn't even feel dark like I Got 5 on it. It actually sounds like a more upbeat club record. But that melody was different. The second you hear it, you recognize it immediately. The sound is basically embedded in hip-hop culture at this point. And honestly, it's one of those melodies where you instantly understand why producers would want to touch it. Fast forward to 1995, now Tone Capone steps in and completely reshapes the feeling of the record. But here's the crazy part. Tone Capone didn't actually sample the original record directly. He replayed and interpolated the melody himself. Originally, Luniz brought the Club Nouveau record into the studio because they wanted that sound. Tone Capone tried sampling it straight off the vinyl, but the tempo was too fast and the texture wasn't clean enough to manipulate the way he wanted. So instead of forcing it, he rebuilt the feeling from scratch. And this is where producer heads really gotta appreciate what he did. The original used more string-style synths, but Tone Capone switched it into those eerie bells and chimes. Then he slowed everything down, layered the bass line, added electric piano, and pushed the low end way harder. That's what gave that beat that heavy late-night West Coast bounce. And he still wasn't done, because this beat actually pulls from multiple records. The drums come from Top Billin by Audio 2, and those vocal grunts came from The Jungle Book by Kool The Gang. So now you got an interpolation, real samples, replayed melodies. This beat was built. But the genius part, the melody from Why You Treat Me So Bad actually traces back even further, because the melody originally came from Michael Marshall's old group Timex Social Club. So Tone Capone brought Michael Marshall in to sing the hook himself, which means the voice connected the entire history of the melody together. And once Luniz got on top of that beat, it was over. That hook, that bounce, that atmosphere, this became one of the most recognizable hip-hop songs ever. And honestly, this beat is a perfect example of how producers can transform emotion. Same melody, completely different world. That's why I always say some producers just don't sample records, they rebuild them into something new. Be honest, did you know I Got 5 on it came from that original record? Yo, I'm Ignite and this is Decoded.